Picture yourself. You're going to start a presentation for which you are being paid in front of 5,000 people. And you're going to use every bit of skill you've learned from training and then Toastmasters. That's what my first mentor in Toastmasters, Blake McDaniel, has done. Blake earns his living as a stage hypnotist. Now, he has to understand eye contact and audience engagement in a way few people do. See, he gets people up on stage. He has to assess within seconds whether they are hypnotizable or not, because not everyone is. And his performance kind of falls flat if the people he picks to be hypnotized don't. There are very subtle clues that he knows and I don't. So I wanted to share on what will soon be my 15th anniversary in Toastmasters, something about what he's taught me. And I'll have a handout afterwards, because he's taught me far more than I can do, even in an hour-long presentation. So the first of three things is emotional variety. Toastmasters, we talk about body language, vocal variety, descriptive language, kind of the three pillars of how we put some zing in our presentations. But Blake has gone beyond that, and he understands that in many talks, you want to conceive of where you want the audience to be emotionally at different parts of the speech and where you want them to be at the end. Just like in vocal variety, you cannot take the audience to a level of excitement, even for a short 5 or 7 minute speech, and expect them to be able to maintain that energy level all the way through. Even worse if it's a 30-minute or hour-long talk. You must have ups and downs, just as we do in life. If you take the audience down, it is your responsibility to bring them back up, and that takes time and specific effort. So lesson one is, as you're preparing your speeches in and out of Toastmasters, especially the contest in a week, think about where you want the audience to be emotionally. Do you want them up, down? If you take them down, how can you bring them back up? And remember, you've been through whatever the story is before. They haven't. So you have to give them the time and the effort, and in some cases your energy, to bring them up or take them down, as the case may be. Lesson number two. What we call eye contact in Toastmasters is only part of the story. If you really get into it, it's not just looking at everyone. It's not just completing a thought as you're looking at someone. It's reading the audience real time. Are they with you on whatever emotional journey or informational journey you want them? If you're talking to a client one-on-one, or a boss, or a coworker, how's that person reading you? Pick up on those cues. Not just the eyes, the face, their body language. Because as you understand that, then you can better connect with them. That's what Blake has to do. Little subtle things that a person will demonstrate will tell him, this person's hypnotizable, this person's not so sure about that person. Well, we're not stage hypnotists, at least not that anyone's revealed to me, but we all engage people day in and day out. Read the people. See if you're connecting with them real time. The third message I have to pass on is you've got 5, maybe 10 seconds with a new audience to convince them that they like you. And if they don't like you, they're not really going to listen to you. And once you grab their attention, you got to keep it. You don't want to break the spell. Again, especially if it's a narrative, a story. I had one talk, it's been years since I've given it, I should find an opportunity to perhaps share it with you. I've never bothered to record it for some reason. And it's somewhat whimsical. First time I was evaluated by it, Dorothy Harrop, former member of this club, told me in her evaluation that I had broken the spell. When I gave it another time, Blake was there the second time, and he told me, and I had repaired what Dorothy had said, he told me that I almost had the audience in the stage of hypnosis. That did not mean I had almost put them to sleep. It meant that I had their trust in their engagement, because that's what a state of hypnosis is. It's not being drowsy. It's you're really with the hypnotist. You are trusting them. You're in their hands. So I had the audience in my hands during that talk, and I had kept it all the way through. That's what you want to do. Think about, and I have some examples in the handout, think about some of the best speeches you've ever seen, especially in person, or movies. Those are the things, those are the cases where someone's grabbed you and kept you. Even if you have to go pee, you do not run out of the auditorium, because you have to stay there and listen to whatever is going to happen next. You can't afford to miss it. It's so engaging. That's what you want your speeches to be. So think about what you can learn from your fellow Toastmasters, the gems that are in this room, and what you can pass on. Because my motivation, primarily for being in Toastmasters now, is what I can give back. And in large part, what of Blake's messages to me, I can give to you. Mr. Toastmaster.